Good morning. It's 3:30, 4:30. I don't know. I have a 7-week-old daughter who believes that sleep is part of the devil's plan and she will not have any parts of it. But anyway, I learned years ago that whenever I get to complaining, get to feeling like woe is me, nobody has it worse than me, to do two things. Number one, count my blessings. And number two, always ask God, how would you have me to see this? So I would say when she was around 2 weeks old, she wasn't sleeping, and I was always having to get up about every 2 hours to feed her. And it really hurt getting up because I was dealing with the pain, trying to heal, of being in labor for 18 hours and then having to have a C-section. So I had pains on top of pains. And I was laying in the bed one day just crying because I just felt hopeless. I was in so much pain. I felt that I couldn't even move. And why me? Woe is me. The biggest pity part I've ever thrown ever, probably. And I was just crying out to God. And what he revealed to me was, while I am in this bed, roughly 3 o'clock in the morning, crying, dealing with the pains of a C-section, and trying to take care of a newborn baby, there is another woman somewhere at 3 o'clock in the morning crying, dealing with the pains of a C-section, but also dealing with the pains of no baby. Maybe her baby was stillborn, or she had a miscarriage, or something. That there are people around the world also at 3 o'clock in the morning awake like me, but they're crying because they were told that they were sterile. They're dealing with infertility. They're dealing with the miscarriages. They're dealing with their children being killed in the streets. Whatever the case is, there are hurting parents around the world, and they have it much worse than me. So I would say roughly about 5 weeks ago, every day around this hour, because I'm up every day around this hour, I pray for you. I pray for those who are dealing with the pains of miscarriages, stillborns, SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. I pray for all of situations like that. Having to see your child in a casket has to be the worst pain there ever will be. I don't know why you had to go through this. I don't have a word from the Lord saying why this happened to you. Deuteronomy 29:29 says that there are secrets known to God, and they have not been revealed to us. There are some things that we will have to wait till we get to heaven to get the answer to. And at least I can speak for me. It is a secret known to me why God allows those things to happen. It's a secret to me why there are people who are drug addicts, prostitutes, things like that, that can easily get pregnant, and then they introduce their children to drugs, introduce their children to prostitution, and then you have the missionary in the church who was barren. That's a secret that's known to me. I have no idea the answer to that. But what I do know is we serve a God who restores, who makes whole, who replenishes, who gives you back everything that you've ever lost and more. Samuel was born to Hannah. John the Baptist was born to Elizabeth. And both these women were told that they were barren, that they would never bear a seed. I know my whole life I was told that I would never ever get pregnant. My uterus was this, my fallopian tubes was that. And to put the icing on the cake, December 20th, 2013, I went in for a surgery, which was just supposed to be an exploratory surgery to see what was going on, only to wake up and be told that the doctor had to take out the entire right side of my reproductive system. That was December 20th, 2013. December 20th, 2016, I went into labor with my daughter. I don't know why we are faced with these things, but I do know that we do serve a restoring God. I believe in claiming things over my life. I don't believe in truly just 100% putting my all into what man said. I can remember when I wanted to buy a house and the bank was saying this. Every day it was a different phone call. You don't have this. Because of this, you don't qualify. And I said, forget that. I'm finna start packing right now because I'm living in expectation. I am trusting God that I am going to have a house before this year is over. Every time the phone rang with the bank saying, no, I'm sorry, but etc., etc., I packed another box. I packed clothes. I packed dishes. I packed everything that I could think of. I barely had anything to use or to live with. And that was in January, and in March, I moved into my new home. So, for you who are being told that you are barren, you are sterile, you're dealing with infertility, go ahead and start that nursery. Go ahead and buy that crib. Go ahead and get some diapers and pack it to the ceiling. Hey, even just throw a baby shower for yourself. Invite people who are going to stand and touch and agree with you that that curse is broken. Every day around this time, I pray that that spirit and that heaviness and that weight of infertility is lifted off of that married couple. If you are single and you were told that you will never have a child, be it you're a male or a female, because that affects all people, both genders. If you are single and you are dealing with it, I pray that when you get married, you find out that the devil is a lie. That man, doctor, nobody, not even you, have the power to say what you can and can't give birth to. I know that infertility also affects more than just the mom, more than just the dad, but there's a female somewhere who's ready to be an auntie. There's a man somewhere who's ready to be an uncle. There's some people who are ready to be grandparents, great grandparents. I tell y'all too, auntie, uncles, cousins, grandparents, go ahead and buy those diapers because it's coming. Believe it for yourself. Believe it for your children. Believe it for your nieces, your nephews, whoever was told that, whoever is dealing with that spirit, whoever got that diagnosis. The diagnosis came from man. But what does God say? Every day around this time, I pray for you. I'm praying with you. I am standing in agreement with you. We are touching and agreeing that this year you will give birth or a seed will be planted. I receive it for you. Let's receive that together in Jesus' name.